I never thought I would be the woman telling this story, but here I am, and it is hard to believe it is my life. My name is Emily, and I met Brandon in the vibrant city of Nashville, where music and dreams fill the air. We were young, in love, and living together in a cozy little apartment in the Gulch. I was working as the event coordinator for a music venue, and Brandon was a freelance music producer. We were the perfect Nashville couple, or so I thought. We had a whirlwind romance, and before I knew it, we were moving in together. He was charming, handsome, and made me feel like I was the only person in the world. I was swept off my feet, and I trusted him with my life. We were each other's rock, or so I thought. As time went on, I started to notice little changes in him. He became more distant, and our conversations felt forced. But I brushed it off as stress from work, and we were happy, or at least I thought we were. As the months went by, I started to feel like I was losing myself. He would often tell me that I was overreacting or that I was being too sensitive. He isolated me from my friends and family, and I found myself relying on him more and more. I felt trapped, but I did not know how to escape. He would say things like, "You're being paranoid, Emily," or "You're just being dramatic." And I would believe him because I wanted to believe that I was the problem, not him. Looking back, I realized that I ignored so many red flags. He started picking fights over nothing before leaving the house. He would say something hurtful and then storm out, leaving me feeling devastated. He became secretive about his finances, and I would catch him whispering on the phone or deleting messages. And then there was the car. He started keeping his car unusually clean, almost obsessively so. I would joke about it, saying he was trying to impress a girl on Craigslist, but he just laughed it off. But the biggest red flag was when I found a burner phone in his sock drawer. I was recovering from surgery at the time, and he was being super supportive, or so I thought. I was in a lot of pain, and he was taking care of me, but I could not shake off the feeling that something was off. When I found that phone, my heart sank. Why did he need a burner phone? And why was he hiding it from me? It was not until his mother accidentally spilled the beans at a family dinner that I discovered the truth. We were all sitting around the table, enjoying a nice Sunday roast, when she mentioned something about the loans. I felt like I had been punched in the gut. Loans? What was she talking about? And then it all came flooding back. The fights, the secrecy, the burner phone. "Emily, sweetie, I'm so sorry," she said, her voice trembling. "Brandon took out loans in your name." I did not know, I swear. He said it was for business investments, but I think he was in deep financial trouble. I felt numb, like I was watching myself from outside my body. I could not believe what I was hearing. He had been taking out loans in my name. For 18 months? While I was recovering from surgery? I felt like I was going to throw up. I excused myself from the table and called my best friend, Rachel. I needed someone to talk to, someone to confide in. She listened to me, her voice calm and reassuring, as I poured out my heart. "I am so sorry, Em," she said. "You deserve so much better than this." The next few days were a blur. I barely slept or ate. I felt like I was living in a nightmare. I started investigating, and what I found shocked me. We had a shared bank account, and there was more money in it than I had in my own account. How was that possible? I felt like I was living in a lie. I confronted him, but he just denied everything. "You were being paranoid, Emily," he said. "You're just being dramatic." But I knew what I saw. I knew what I felt. And I knew that I had to get out. I hired a divorce lawyer, Sarah, who was tough and smart. She fought for everything I deserved, and I was grateful to have her on my side. My boss, Mike, was also a godsend. He gave me time off to heal, and I appreciated his kindness. As I navigated this difficult time, I realized that I had to confront Brandon. I had to face him and tell him that I knew what he did. I walked into our apartment, my heart pounding in my chest. He was sitting on the couch, looking smug and self-satisfied. I looked him straight in the eye and said, "I know what you did." He looked taken aback, but he did not deny it. He just shrugged and said, "It was just business, Emily. It did not mean anything." I felt a surge of anger and sadness. How could he do this to me? How could he hurt me like this? I took a deep breath and walked away without a word. I did not want to hear his excuses or his lies. I just wanted to get out. As I walked out of the apartment, I felt a sense of liberation. I was finally free from him, free from his toxic behavior and his lies. I knew that I had a long road ahead of me, but I was ready. I was ready to heal, to rebuild, and to find myself again. It's been a few months since then, and I am still healing. It's not easy, but I am getting there. I am learning to trust myself again, to trust my instincts. And I am learning to love myself, to love my strengths and my weaknesses. I am not the same person I was when I was with Brandon, and I am grateful for that. I am stronger, wiser, and more resilient. And I am ready to take on the world.